Alright, YouTube. So I'm going to apologize for this video in advance. So my audio is not great because apparently my webcam that I have, it's just a cheap one. Doesn't work well with Windows 10. So it's basically, I found this cheap, well, it does the video but not the audio. And the lighting, as you can see, is really bad. I have like every light on and it's still terrible. But found this microphone in my room today that I didn't even know I had, so I'm trying that out. This is actually my third take on this video. Hoping that it doesn't come out butchered. So anyways, for those of you who didn't see my previous video on Linux on the original Xbox, I recommend you check it out now, otherwise you'll be a little lost. But so my first video, I showed, the distro Damn Small Linux, but the Xbox version. It's a very lightweight version of Linux that'll run on pretty much your toaster if you can manage to install something to it. I mean, it'll run on any old machine. I have a friend that had it running for a while on his old Windows 98 machine, just so he could get online with it temporarily till he got a new PC, so it worked. Yeah, so basically the reason I'm making this video is I actually made a physical modification to the Xbox in regards to this. Now, what I'm about to show you guys is completely useless to the average person. If you saw my previous video, you know that I had to kind of swap between my mouse and my keyboard because I have this cable here that goes from the controller port and gives me a USB connection, female. So, I can plug in a keyboard or mouse or, USB storage device, any of those. But anyways, so I only have one port, no USB hub. So any sensible person would go to their nearest store, electronics store, and go ahead and buy a hub for really cheap. Well, being an electronics engineering student, I don't do things like most people do. So I decided to, backtrack for a minute. The reason these cables are so easy to get, to buy pre-made and everything, is the controller ports on the original Xbox are literally just USB in disguise. Like the pinout, the wiring, everything is exactly the same. So what I did to solve my dilemma, instead of being a sane person, I took my keyboard and my mouse and literally hardwired it to the Xbox. So I took out the first two controller ports and spliced it together and soldered it so that the keyboard and mouse go directly in. So Xbox Linux picks up on them both, no problem. As you can see, I actually have, I had it booted up from the last take of this video, and I need to finish restarting it, but yeah, that's what that gibberish in the background is. So basically, Xdsl or Xbox Damn Small Linux is not created by me. It's not, neither is the exploit. None of this would be possible without the Xbox Linux project, www.xbox-linux.org, and whoever the mastermind behind the Splinter Cell save game exploit was. I'm sorry, I don't know your name or your web name. But anyways, so I'm going to throw some pictures of the process, not to be used as a tutorial or a guide, but just to show you guys that I did actually do it, and I didn't push the controller ports way back in the console and just plug it in or anything funky like that. So again, this is something that a hobbyist might want to do, but any sane person, no. Just buy a hub and one of those cables. They're very cheap on eBay, Amazon. Get that and get a hub and call it a day. Again, if you attempt this mod, I'm not responsible if anything happens to your Xbox, your cat, your dog, your house, whatever, yourself. Do so at your own risk. If enough people request it, I will make a tutorial on how to do this, but I don't see there being much interest for it. I just thought this would be something interesting some people would want to see, but not necessarily try. But feel free to prove me wrong. You know, and even if I do make a tutorial or no tutorial, I'm still not responsible for any damage that comes from you attempting this. So, yeah, just because I was successful doesn't mean you will. And even if you're very, very skilled at soldering and all that stuff, I mean, mistakes still happen. So, but you should at least have a basic understanding of electronics as well as some decent soldering skills. So, if you're going to try this, so let me shut this up for a second. So now, I'm going to fire it back up. I tried to show in the previous takes, I tried to show the controller ports and stuff, like what was going on with the cables going directly into the case and everything, and it was just a no-go. Because I can't get decent lighting to show up on this webcam for some reason, so it's just a lost cause. But, keyboard. And what you see there, oh, you don't see anything, do you? What you see there is a mistake on my part. I installed multiple versions of Xdsl and never deleted the other ones. Go me. So I need to do that. Alright. It's booting up Linux. Got my mouse right here. So I left controller ports 3 and 4 completely untouched. Reason being is I can use this cable that I have to connect a USB mass storage device for transferring files or for storing stuff, things like that. And I also, you know, I have both controller ports intact, so if I want to plug in like an original Xbox controller for some, you know, emulation, gameplay, or just playing, you know, using it as a PC gamepad to play some homebrew games or whatever, with the original Xbox controller, which is always nice. Got my mouse here. So this is the point where if you have children in the room, I'm gonna suggest you have them leave, because I'm gonna fire on Doom like my previous video. Except this time I don't have to hot swap my keyboard and mouse, which is nice. I just threw my mouse over there. So, I'm in Doom. Oh, I have it open twice. How did I do that? Oh, you know why? Error between the keyboard and the chair. I opened it, you don't want to double click on icons in Xdsl because it actually will open it multiple times. Hold on, guys. Alright, something weird. Okay, there we go. Alright, should have it now. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Sure, what's going on? Hold on, guys. Technical difficulties. Alright, let me reboot Doom. This video is just not meant to be made. I'm telling you guys. And I double clicked it again, I think, but let's see if it works. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. And just for the laughs, for the lulz, this would void any warranty you have with Microsoft, but nobody has one left with Microsoft on the original Xbox, so I'm only pointing that out because it's funny. I mean, even doing the soft launch is your warranty, so yeah. Not that anybody has one. Not unless Microsoft starts selling original Xboxes again, which would be really random. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I mentioned in this take, but I didn't bother going online. I didn't connect my Ethernet cable because I didn't feel it was necessary, just to show you the keyboard and mouse working simultaneously through the mod. Yeah, I'm just going to go right to the exit. I don't care about health. That's fine. Okay. So that's the first level of Doom. So my keyboard and my mouse are working. And I have that cable plugged in, but it's just sitting here not actually doing anything. So, mouse and my keyboard going. Alright, so I'm just going to close out of Doom. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Hopefully this take finally did it. Third time's the charm, I hope. So, yeah.